Good afternoon, day, morning, whatever day part it is watching this video. Right now it's about noon today on my end, January 9th, Thursday. Woke up at 4:15. I've been waking up at 4:15 the last few days, kind of to, I've just been trying to do a little bit more, not necessarily get up more earlier. It's just that seemed to be like the answer to the problem where I wasn't doing or getting to the things that I wanted to do, which is like read and get into my journal. And I've been doing a little bit more extra on my workout. And my hands get very dry, and it's from the cold and me sanitizing my hands like in between orders and washing them. So I'll just be trying to be mindful of that, trying to lubricate my hands, moisten my hands as much as possible. Lotion, petroleum jelly, aka Vaseline. But what I was saying, anyways, yeah, so it's been the same old day. Got outside, I don't know, so now I'm getting outside probably closer to 8 o'clock now, which I'm okay with. The store's open at 6. I do a little bit of that. I worked on checking out my Facebook photography page a little bit, seeing what I could do on there. I got a couple ideas. I had to do the phone meeting for child support since I'm not working at, I was working a job before. I'm not doing that obviously anymore. So we had to change a couple things. Mainly one, how much I was paying. Paid a little bit less right now while I get my life together. Still paying about $100 a week, whether that's anybody's business, I don't know, but it is what it is. Going forward, it is what it is. I've been got a couple trips mapped out. One of the things I do with my journal is kind of like just figure out what I want to do like for the future. I'll be trying to plan out. I'm definitely like a planner. Try to see what's going on. I don't like last minute stuff. I try to figure things out in the future. So I got a couple of trips mapped out with my son for this year. I have possibly a solo trip, or not really a solo trip. I'm supposed to go to Puerto Rico with my cousin, so that's the plan anyways. But we'll see when that happens or whatever it may be. I love Puerto Rico, and I don't know how long I'm going to be going out there for, so that's still to be figured out. Other than that, I ain't gonna say it's been quiet. I had a couple good orders, interesting orders. Matter of fact, I was in the Sibley building today. It's been a while since I've been in the Sibley building. The Sibley building, it's right downtown here in Rochester. In my mind, I was about to say Manhattan. I want to go to New York. I went to New York last year for like a day and a half for like a funeral, and I ventured out a little bit because I always do that. I went to the Bronx, went to see my cousin. I stayed in Queens. That was where the funeral was at. And I don't remember if I went into Manhattan or not. I probably went through it just to travel. But yeah, I don't really remember. I didn't have a lot of time because I went there on Saturday and I left on Sunday. It was one of those scenarios because it was last minute and I had to come back to work on Monday. So yeah, so I definitely was thinking about going. The weekend is good with me, like going on a Friday and then coming back on Sunday, right? Instead of what I did, I went Saturday and I came back Sunday. I was cool. I got lit though. I went to the funeral, had some drinks, maybe a bunch of drinks. Passed out, woke up. I was smoking and stuff too at the time. I was in a hotel room, so I couldn't smoke in a hotel room. So I went for a walk. It was cold. Went for a walk and smoked, and then went back. And then got up early and ventured out a little bit. There was like an outlet mall out there. It was cool. But either which way, yeah, I love New York. It's a lot of adventures to have, a lot of things to see out there. I love New York, so definitely gotta probably sneak in a trip out there as well. But I'm just trying to make sure that I'm putting my ducks in a row, making sure that I'm getting all the things that I need taken care of first before. But traveling is part of my thing. It's part of what I like to consider, or whatever it may may be is, I take it as an investment in my life, because I do like to journal it. I do like to document it or share my experiences and stuff like that with people. So it is what it is. It's investments. It's investments. That's what I see it as. But I look forward to that. So I had me a great sandwich. I was so tired earlier. I think I took a video. I think I talked about it earlier. I don't even remember, or I wrote about it in my journal. Feels like a diary, but this is my my vlog, my vlog, where I basically am journaling and I'm talking about it, the same old stuff. Seems like a cool day. I just decided in my mind, I mentioned about the track. My son was at track, and last night he was like, Dad, I don't know if I want you to come, and this, that, and the third. And I think part of that, he said that because he was doing good. He was doing the 55 meter, and there was one point where he was like, where he basically, his time for the 55 meter was like 7 point something seconds. So like the last time I asked him, it was like 8.06 seconds. I'm like, why your time go up or whatever, and this, that, and the third. So I was like, I'm gonna come to the next track meet. So I feel like maybe me saying that like put pressure on him, and that he don't want me to come and like to criticize or whatever it is that he's doing and stuff. But I just kind of want to encourage him to put in his best effort. So I'm gonna go anyways, but I just ain't gonna really I'm probably gonna act like, hey, a matter of fact, he's going straight to the track meet, which is at one of the colleges. He's going straight to the track meet. He's going to RIT. Is at RIT anyways. That's where they've been at. And from school. So I'm just gonna pop up there and not say anything, whether he sees me or not, whatever. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna go and see what's going on. Point blank period. It's my son. I could come if I want to. So that's what I'm gonna do. But either which way, yeah, like I said, it's around noon, a little past noon. So I'm just chilling and seeing what's going on with orders. I just came out the house. And now I'm just getting back into action. So I hit you guys up, add some more to the video if I could. All right, later. Had a delivery to the Siblings building downtown Rochester, so it was mad cool to go in there, because I got a lot of memories in this building. I went to school here as well, plus I remember shopping here and all types of stuff like that. Yeah, so today is the end of today. It's been one heck of a day, to say the least. So I'm here depressing or de-stressing. I'm not here depressing. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like today was a challenge for myself, to push myself to the brink of ready to have a drink. Any other time, if I wasn't on this challenge, I would have ran straight to the liquor store or something. It's time to have a drink, cause it was definitely one of those days. And but now I kind of understand the psychology of myself and the way that I think and what pushes me to want to drink. I'm telling you, today in so many different ways. For starters, for starters, I made a critical error. I my day was interrupted with the child support meeting that I had over the phone. So when I got back out there, the orders was looking kind of slow. So I said, let me jump on one of these orders, which happened to be a batch of 3 customers together. And it was only for $18, but it wasn't a horrible order. So I went ahead and I did it. The thing was, one of the customers was a new customer, maybe even 2 of them. One of them only had less than a handful, very fresh, less than 100 orders. You're very, very new, but less than 5, or you around there, and you still a baby when it comes to Instacart. And as a customer, you still learning what the process is, and this, that, and the third. So sometimes you act weird, or you ask weird questions, or you have weird demands because you're not really sure how it goes, or you're telling me information that I already know. So I'm like, okay, I'm looking at, I'm like, all right, I got a newbie. I gotta be on my toes. But then not only that, like when I go to start the order, I normally reach out to the customer like, hey, it's me. I'm David. I'm gonna be helping you out today. This is how, I'll let you know if anything's not available for you. Quick and easy, just to shout them out and let them know that I'm there for them if they have any questions or whatever it may be. So I look in the inbox to chat them and send them this quick message. This customer does not want to be contacted. I'm like, okay. And then I look, okay, customer B is cool. The third customer, customer C, this customer does not want to be contacted. So the thing about that is, like, I've literally done, like, I'm like close to 4,000 orders now that I've done. I'm close to 4,000 different orders, almost. Sometimes the orders are the same customers, but I'm literally like dealt with thousands of customers. And out of all of these orders, like, maybe altogether over the years, I'll probably have maybe under 20 people that do not want to be contacted. And the weird thing about that is that it's like, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help you with your order. It doesn't help me with your order when you don't want to be contacted. And then, like, I come to your house or whatever it may be, and then you're there and you're like meeting me at the door and you want to talk, and or I gotta scan your ID, or it's whatever it may be. And, like, it doesn't make any sense. Like me communicating with you helps you with your order. Trust me. But so when you see that, when I see that, I'm like, okay, whatever. But I end up doing these orders and I make it and I get there. The one lady had alcohol in the first order, the newbie who does not want to be contacted. So I get her order to her. She had 3 bags. She was cool. She even gave me a $5 cash tip on top of the almost $5 that she tipped me in the app. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I go to the second customer, customer B, and he's at work, so he's at a building. He's like, come to entrance B. So I'm looking around, there's no entrance that says B, so I see an entrance A, entrance C. So I text him like, I'm assuming entrance B is the one that doesn't have any label on it. So he like, yeah. I'm like, okay, thank you. I had to go around the whole building to figure that out. But then I look in the bag, they give him the bag, and I see a beer in there. I'm like, oh snap, it's the freaking lady's bag that I just left. And I gave her his bag. So I'm like, oh man. So I let him know real quick. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to figure this out real quick. I'll be back. I'm gonna do what I have to do. So I reach out to no contact lady through the messaging. She doesn't reply. Like, oh, okay, thank you. But then I still have to go to the third customer. I had to drop his stuff off. The other no contact who's at the door as well. He doesn't have any beer. I don't have to scan his ID, but he doesn't want to talk and stuff. So I could tell, like, he seemed like he was a little awkward. Maybe he's like, he doesn't, it bothers him or whatever, gives him anxiety or something to talk to other people. Fine, I get it. But customer A, no contact. First, no contact with the alcohol lady. She doesn't reply, so I have to go. Luckily, this man only had 2 things. He had some coconut creamer and some weird cookies, which they both had at Wegmans, even though I originally shopped it at Tops. But I went to Wegmans because I took the last coconut creamer off the shelf at freaking at Tops. So I went to Wegmans, got the freaking coconut creamer, got the weird cookies. I even forgot the brand or whatever. It was weird. I swear I never seen those cookies before. I took them. I took them to the dude. Then I went back to the lady. He was like, oh, the dude was cool. He was like, oh, okay, whatever. His name was Brian. Brian was cool, but he did his originally. I seen his tip was $2. Then it went back to he took $1 off. He tipped me $1. So And then the other lady, I went to her back to her house and I dropped off her beer. She also had creamer in the bag. I went and dropped that off. I'm just like, yo, don't freaking don't freaking give me a less than 5 stars. That's all. That's all. But she didn't answer the door. So I just like rang the doorbell and she had a bunch of windows and maybe she see me out there and I left the bag in front of the garage door and I just hoped or whatever. So I was like, all right. So I don't know if I mentioned it. I lost my freaking hat. Yesterday I believe. I lost my freaking hat. So somewhere along the day, so I'm in and out the store. I go to Wegmans this morning, like no, still no hat. Sorry. I'm like, ah man, whatever. So now I go again. They're like, I found your hat. Well, she ain't find my hat, but somebody found my hat. I guess it must have got snagged on something and was hanging like on a corner or something. So they have my hat. I'm like, oh, it's not my hat. I'm my hat, and I'm happy for my hat. And then I put my hat in my pocket, and I lose my freaking hat again. This time I think it's gone because I lost it outside. So I'm like, oh my freaking god. Then I see an order. It's like for $50 something. It's at BJ's, but it's like one of the biggest orders that I took for BJ's. It was like 30, 40 freaking items. And man, when I tell you, it was like so many of those items weren't available, and I'm looking through the store, and there's like no real organization or help with like, like if you look at Wegmans, Wegmans is beautiful to shop. Wegmans will tell you like the aisle, the section of the aisle, and what shelf. So it's like perfect. And but Tops will tell you the aisle. BJ's, it'll tell you like a section, and it's like so generic because the place is so big, and they just like put it together the way they put it together. So I was in there for so long. It was crazy. So and then I messed up. I got two orders, right, for that 50 something dollar order. I got two orders, so I cashed out the one which was the big order. Then the second order, I'm here like trying to rush because there's so much stuff going on. I messed around and pressed at BJ's is a members only place, so I get the members ID or whatever barcode on my phone, and I mess around rushing. I press the button which pushed the freaking barcode off, and then I couldn't get it back, and I'm doing all this stuff. So I had to get out the line. I had to go to another line while I try to figure out and get the barcode for the member ship back on my phone. That was a freaking hassle. And then as I'm walking out, my son's mom, like, it's literally like after 4, I'm in freaking Gates Grease Chali, and she's like, "Can you pick DJ up at 5?" I'm like, "At 5?" I'm like, "I still gotta drop this stuff off. I have to load it into my car, get it to these places, then make it to the other side of town. He's at school in Pittsburgh. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I could do it. It's very last minute for me. So I eventually I dropped that stuff off, and I'm like here just like made it home. I swear I would have had a drink if I wasn't on this challenge, but I'm thankful for God that I'm holding on, and I'm not. But I definitely like recognize that like this whole scenario, this whole day was like a test for me, like to push me to the brinks, to the edge. But I came home and I made some chocolate chip cookies. So and I ate some leftovers, some rice and beans, and some chicken thighs. So yeah, the chocolate chip cookies brought me back to life. Yeah. So that was my day in a nutshell. I went and got a car wash. I'm gonna say the car wash for another day. If that was interesting to you, not today. Anyways, long day, but I'm here and I made it. Tomorrow's a whole nother day. Holla at y'all later. Peace.